um, my intro, but I will say, just for whoever's watching the recording, I did a brief intro. Tribevest is great. Travis is going to tell us about it, and I forgot to hit record. Thank you, John. Thank you, Travis, for reminding me. That's the purpose of community, right? Helping each other out. So now I will have Travis take it over from here. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, Jim. Thanks for that introduction. And we just echo the way we feel about this partnership. I met Jim quite a few years ago at a networking event with Coin, Central Ohio Investor Network, and we just hit it off. And he loved the idea of tribe investing, and to prove it, he does. He has 6 tribes he's in. He says that's enough. But the key here is that it's possible. Being in 6 tribes is possible, and we like to think that it's possible because of the platform Tribevest, which makes it really easy to get together with people you know, like, and trust, and do deals together. And again, just couldn't be more excited to be here and to give you a little bit of overview of Tribevest. I'm Travis Smith, founder and CEO, and I started probably, I'm dating myself now, over 20 years ago, working for Morgan Stanley. Was trained by Morgan Stanley in New York City, and often say I was saved by software. The goal was to go out and try to help myself and others build wealth, and realize that financial advising was not the place to do that. And fortunately got into a great startup in Cleveland, Ohio, and really been in fintech ever since, financial technology. Just before launching Tribevest, I was with a company called Jack Henry and Associates. Our company core product was the core for about 3,000 different small to medium-sized banks out there. And then we also took our solutions to non-FIs or non-banks as well. And I headed up strategic alliances in the enterprise payments space. And just a cool kind of side note, one of the companies that we helped was a company called Acorns. If you're familiar with them, our payments solution was part of that ACH, making it really easy to put capital into then invest into the traditional stock market and into ETFs. And at the time, really, it was revolutionary, even though it was kind of leveraging old ACH technology. So anyway, just a little bit of a background on me, and I'll go ahead and see if I can share my screen and pull up a presentation here.
Something's going on up there, huh?
How about, can you guys see the screen there? I always want to make sure. I know I've gone through presentations where they're like, you're not showing anything, but all right. All right, well, good. Again, thanks again. And, Tribevest, we've simplified group investing, but I feel like this group might appreciate a slightly different tagline that we're working on. Tribevest is the collaborative infrastructure layer, or the collaborative banking layer of the investment world. And what that means is our purpose out here in the world is to turn any deal that you might have done on your own, or any deal that you would like to do on your own, whether it's on the internet or off the internet, no matter what type of investment type it is, Tribevest provides the infrastructure for you to come together, again, with those that you know, like, and trust, and form an investor group, or what we call as a multi-owner vehicle, so that you can transact together. And I want to share with you a little bit how we do that. I'm going to quickly run through my origin story, give you a little bit of an overview of Tribevest and the product. What is a multi-owner vehicle, the benefits and challenges of group investing, the keys to a successful investor group, and even provide a little bit of a case study, maybe a question and answer there in terms of different applications. And then last, talk about the partnership, how we can help, and offer you guys a special offer based on our partnership. So the origins go back over 13 years. My brothers and I were on a fishing trip that we couldn't afford. We actually, every 5 years or so, try to get together. We're spread all over the country. And 13 years ago, we went to Patagonia, Chile. And on that trip, we did what we always do, and it's talk about going into business with each other, talking about investing in real estate. We always saw real estate as a way to hack wealth without having to give up our day jobs. And that was important to us. We had good jobs, we had good W-2s, but if you kind of do the math, 13 years ago, you realize that we were kind of in the middle of the Great Recession, and things were becoming clear that the promise of the W-2 and the 401k, were never going to be enough. And on this trip, we said, listen, let's stop talking about deals that we can't afford, because that was the case. We just didn't have capital. The question was, how could we break in? How could we break into real estate? And that was going to be difficult on our own because of the capital thresholds. So on this trip, we said, listen, let's stop talking about deals that we can't afford and pull our capital together. And that's what we did. In fact, we did it in a monthly way. And, within months, we had enough to invest in our first deal. And we learned and grew together. We realized the benefits of real estate and the options that come with it. And it changed our lives. And we realized that by forming and funding that investor group, we achieved more than we ever could have on our own. And that's when we set out to build the platform that we wished we had. And that platform is Tribevest. So we didn't invent group investing. It's been around for a long time. You've heard a lot about family offices. Of course, if you're fortunate enough to be a member of a country club, you see deals getting done all the time. And there's a reason for that. There's all sorts of benefits to doing it. You can pull capital, you can level up. It's not always that you couldn't, afford a certain deal, but maybe it's about doing more deals faster. But the idea that you can pull capital and then spread the risk. So, some of these thresholds to get in, especially in passive investing, are $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 minimums. And on my own, those are big chunks of cash. Maybe it doesn't feel like I'm diversifying, but putting all my eggs back into another basket, where with a tribe, you can spread the risk and get into different deals and more deals. And then as Jim was saying, and I love it, the mission for Left Field Investing is to improve the networking. And what comes with that? Just the idea of experiencing together, getting to know each other, learn, and network to different deals, different ideas, and just how powerful it really is to be in a group and in a community and in a tribe, leveraging the economies of scale. But so the question is why don't all of us do group investing? Well, until recently, until Tribevest, it was difficult. It was hard. And really the burden falls on Jim, and Jim, or not Jim, the founders, we call them, which Jim found himself a lot of times being the founder, the one that was coordinating the group. And without a platform and without the resources, it's expensive. And this is kind of doing it the do-it-yourself, super scrappy way, when you're even using LegalZoom and using an affordable attorney to do your operating agreement, but there's a significant cost to it. And then when you're the administrator or the founder, it's a lot of mystery. It's a lot of piecing things together, chasing checks, confirming that people are in, and all those things really start to add up. And then the other piece of this is, even if you have all these ducks in a row, from the beginning to actually banking and transacting together, can be up to 6 weeks long before you can get the deal done. So it's not really that great when you have a deal that needs to be done next week, right? Or in 3 days. It makes it very, very difficult. So introducing Tribevest. We can literally be investing or pulling capital together the next day and doing an investment together as a multi-membered entity within 24 hours or 48 hours. We make it easy for you to agree and align on your plan as the founder. We make it really easy on the platform to file your LLC, open up a business bank account, and we'll go into a more detail on how we do this. And then ultimately pull your capital and transact together. So what are we doing? We're making it really easy to launch your multi-owner vehicle. So at our core, we make it easy for you to create those documents, file your LLC, open up an FDIC insured business bank account in hours. And what that means is you can bank and operate as a group with a transparent dashboard, and where everybody has access to the accounts, transaction, ownership tables, and operation tools. We make it really easy for all the members to do capital contributions. The founder sets the funding rounds, and the members agree to them, and then they link their bank account, do an FDIC or a ACH contribution or a wire. And Tribevest makes it really easy to automate that, to schedule it, and to track all those transactions on the Tribevest dashboard. And what this is all leading to is giving your group the ability to transact as one entity. So you think about that, you're coming together, you're forming one entity, and it makes it really easy for you to go out and transact with the deal source. Again, whether that's online, offline, if you're linking the Tribevest bank account, you need to wire the funds, whatever it is, we give you all the resources and tools you need to be able to transact and acquire assets and deals together. And then, of course, we bring it all together, tracking all events, not just the banking transactions, but all your documents. You can vote, you can propose and vote on the platform and dashboard, and just keeping track of all those important things. So what's this look like? Well, kind of the way this is set up is you come together with a group. We have groups as small as 2 and as big as 50. Our kind of our sweet spot is more in that 3 to 15 range in terms of members. And you think about it, it just makes sense, because one of the main things is that you're doing this with people that you have an association with, and you're aligned. So the smaller the group, the more intimate the group, really the better. And so Tribevest gives you the ability to come together, pull capital easily on the Tribevest dashboard, and that's what this looks like. And then you get to transact as an entity into whatever, again, deal that you're doing. Real estate's really big for us. Real estate, passive investing in real estate syndication is really big for us. We'll talk a little bit why that's a great fit for tribe vesting. But our tribes are investing in all sorts of things. And we can talk a little bit more about that. What this looks like is the founder comes in, forms the LLC. Again, Tribevest does this all for you, creates your operating agreement, opens your FDIC insured banking, makes it easy to do capital contributions. And we're doing due diligence and know your customer KYC compliance on all the members to make it really easy to open up that bank account. And then we're also doing the annual compliance of your entity. So depending on what state you're in, you'll have to file an annual report, for example. Well, we do that for you. We automate that for you, and it's included in the pricing of your Tribevest tribe. Once you're there, you have a dashboard for collaborating, all your operating documents and management tools. You can pull your capital, transact as an entity, and again, annual compliance. And to get underneath the hood just a little bit here, because I know a lot of people are curious how this works. You know, how is this different than some other vehicles out there? Again, we're a multi-owner vehicle, and it's all about the owners owning a partnership entity business, a multi-membered partnership entity, so that they can transact together into an investment. We aren't helping people form funds or special purpose vehicles. Those are actually securities. Those are the investments. And what we're doing is we're helping groups come together, form an ownership entity to invest in funds, to invest in a SPV, to invest in a syndicate, invest in a deal. And how we do that is the founder comes in, we help them set up quickly, and so that they can open up a business bank account. We help them do the LLC creation, filing with the Secretary of State, creating an EIN, opening up a business bank account literally in 15 minutes. And then we give the whole team visibility, account aggregation, so you can link all of your tribe's accounts, including your Tribevest bank account. We give you the management tools, and then of course make the investments and payments, and give you a place to have record of all those things. So believe it or not, we've got the technology to a place in such tight integration with our partners that we've had tribes come together, start their tribe, and within 3 hours have filed their LLC. We've gotten the articles of organization back. We've opened up their business bank accounts, and they're even pulling capital within 3 hours, which is incredible. So I'll take a drink of water here and see if you guys have any questions. I'm just about to show you a little bit of a short demo to show you what this looks like in terms of the dashboard. Everybody still there?
With MailChimp, you can design more
Yep.
engaging assets.
We're here, Travis.
Thanks to our AI-powered.
Awesome. All right, here you
Welcome
go.
to your tribe dashboard, where you have
I'm gonna just do a quick little demo here to kind of show you what the experience is, and I've done it in a recording, so we can just do it in a couple of minutes, and then get back to the presentation and starting to answer some more of your questions. So here you go. Let me know if you can't hear this.
complete transparency into your tribe's members, activity, discussions, and more. Front and center is your mission statement, subscription level, and members. Access the members list to see each member's email and whether they're active or have a pending invite. The tribe's tax ID provides a link to view the detailed LLC information, and you can even customize and upload a cover image so that the dashboard fits your tribe's unique personality. Team and collaboration is at our core. The dashboard provides views into total tribe contributions, personal contributions, active motions, as well as tribe discussion, where you can provide and receive updates. From the menu options, you can see how we've organized your tribe's business. From left to right, we'll start with the banking tab. At the top, you see your Tribevest business bank accounts. All of our tribes have an integrated FDIC-insured business bank account that serves as the foundation for streamlined features like ACH capital contributions. Certain banking controls are reserved for tribe admins, but all members can see the account balances, account activity, transactions, and past statements. It's a full-service bank account, so you can make payments via ACH, debit card, or wire transfers. You're also not limited to only seeing your Tribevest business bank accounts. You can link external accounts here too, from other banks, a loan account, or even your tribe's brokerage account, giving you the ability to centralize access to all financial activity across your tribe's accounts. Now let's take a look at funding, where you can track all capital flowing into your tribe. Contributions are organized by funding rounds, which provide structure like minimum and maximum contribution amounts. After opening your first funding round, it's easy for your tribe members to schedule one-time or recurring capital contributions to the round. You can then see a complete record of all past and current contributions for all tribe members. Next is voting. Whether only voting on major decisions or all decisions, we make it easy to propose, vote, and keep a record of all motion results, ensuring a transparent history of tribe decisions. Last but not least, we provided an easy way for your tribe to share important documents in the Document Center. Tribevest will automatically upload your articles and EIN, and you can share your executed operating agreement, along with any and all documents that need to be accessed by the tribe. Well, that's the 2-minute tour of the dashboard. Thanks, and let us know if you have any other questions.
Awesome. So hopefully that gave you guys a little bit of a feel for the experience that you have, and I can get back to a little bit more here of the presentation, and then ideally I'm opening this up to questions and answering any questions that you may have, and then again happy to just to collaborate a little bit and even brainstorm a little bit. But before I do, I wanted to just share with you a little bit, about the different applications that tribes are doing. Of course, I know Left Field Investing is really focused on passive investing into the real estate syndications, which again is a great application. We'll talk a little bit more about that here. But we have a lot of tribes that are coming together to invest in single family rentals, whether it's traditional long-term rentals or short-term rentals or flipping, and groups are coming together to do that. Also, vacation homes are a really big market for us. As you might imagine, it kind of checks all the tribe vesting boxes, if you will. There's this barrier of entry in terms of capital. And as many of you know, it's also a very social thing. It's very much an extension of what you're doing at Left Field Investors. And when you come together with a tribe, you're really learning and growing together and experiencing together. So anyway, a vacation home is a great application for us. A lot of families coming together to do that for personal use as well as an investment. As we already talked about, passive investing in real estate, venture startups. A lot of companies or a lot of tribes are investing in startups, mainly in a passive investment and passive investing into funds or syndicates or directly into a convertible note. And believe it or not, we have tribes kind of 1980s coming together and investing in the stock market together. And no surprise, but a lot of people are coming together to invest in crypto. And we were a little surprised at that because there's not a huge barrier of entry with companies like Coinbase. But when we ask our tribes, our crypto tribes, why they formed a group, it's because, and they tell us it's, well, not really sure about crypto. I'd probably never do it on my own, but together it's fun and we can learn together. And so it's this way for them to enter into a new investment type that they wouldn't have done on their own. And then we have groups that are coming together to form tribes to do experiential investments. One of my favorites is a gentleman from Ireland, brought his tribe together, invested in a whiskey barrel in Ireland, and it was an investment, but they also used the tribe to have a meeting in Ireland, in Dublin, and to tap the barrel, so to speak. So where this is going in the future, well, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to open up a brokerage account as just part of our core. And then also in the not too distant future, you can also have a crypto wallet on the platform if that fits your application. We talked just a little bit about why tribe investing is a great fit for passive investing in real estate syndication. Well, first, as you all know, the capital requirements can be big, anywhere from 25 to 250K, if not more. And then again, no secret here to this group, but coming together with a network and community really helps you find deals, and then not just find deals, but qualify them and get other people's perspectives and inputs on. And then we've also talked about the idea of spreading risk. So maybe I could do a deal or two on my own, but could I do 5, 6, 10 with my tribe? And then again, we talked about the benefits of the community. And the other reason is, unlike investing in a short-term rental or a rental property or a vacation home, those are very active investments, meaning there's cash flow coming in, coming out. And one of the great things about a passive investment into real estate is that it's very transactional. So makes it even cleaner in terms of doing a transaction with an investor group. Real quick here, and I'm looking at the time, so I want to make sure we spend have plenty of time here to open up the questions and answer anything that you guys have. But no surprise here. The keys to success here is alignment. So I've had a little bit of insight into a recent tribe that's coming together on this from this group, and they're doing an awesome job. They're actually putting out a survey and making sure everybody's kind of knows what they're signing up for and what the game plan is, and aligning on those expectations are paramount. Aligning on kind of the rules of the game, how this is all going to work, and being able to make sure that the what ifs and the then whats are all covered. So alignment is huge. And then it's transparency. So, one of the big problems that groups have had in the past is just not having a single platform where you can do all these things and where all the members can come access everything. They can look at the rules, they can look at the transactions. Everybody knows where they are in terms of their capital contributions and ownership. And it's just key. Not that, there's, a real high likely that something, would happen, but eliminating the mystery, the wondering. I think that's where tribes get into trouble. Like, I haven't heard from so-and-so. I haven't gotten an update on a while. You know, all those things are kind of washed away because at any time, any member can log in and see exactly where they are and where the rest of the tribe is, and have a history of all records, documents, votes, conversations, deals, you kind of name it. It's all right there. And then I'll just add one last one, what I didn't mention here, but the other key to success is momentum. So once you have a tribe that is excited, has a deal, or maybe doesn't even have a deal, but wants to come together to pull capital, it's key that you don't hesitate and try to have everything figured out up front. You know, you never will. That's part of this wealth building journey is, you know, taking steps and learning. And that's very true with a tribe. You want to make sure that you've covered all your bases, crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, but you can't account for everything. So the key is that you get with people you know and trust, align, make sure you have a good tool with transparency, and get started. You know, real quick, where is this all going? Today, we've been very focused on the core and the utility. So just giving you everything you need to transact as a group and operate as a group. In the future, we're looking at ways to even bring more value to the tribes. And you'll see this on our platform in the coming months and years. Ability to do more banking and lending. You know, can we offer brokerage services? Is there opportunity for us to facilitate legal advice and offer insurance depending on your application? Tax prep is something that we're already working on. We already make it really easy for you to do K1s for your tribe, but we want to offer even more of a service in that area. We do offer simple bookkeeping and business ledger keeping, but you know, even more services depending on our tribe. A higher level of portfolio management, and then I don't think we'll ever get into offering deals. That's why we love working with companies like and organizations like Left Field, and you know, just the community that comes with it is the best source of deals you can find. And then we can just focus on making sure that the relationships and the group is our priority. We'll let you and Left Field Investing work on the fun of the deal. So just in recap, today we're focused on the utility. Tomorrow we'll be connecting the network. That has to do with also our app that's going to be coming out. And in the future, you'll see Tribevest embedded a little bit like you know, PayPal at checkout. You know, be able to link your tribe or even create a tribe, a collaborative multi-owner vehicle at checkout. And that's a little bit of the future. Wanted to just give a special offer here tonight. What we want to do is we want to offer you anybody that is from Left Field Investors, offer them $100. So once your tribe is formed and everybody's on the platform, we'll put the first $100 into your business bank account and you know, get you going. So wanted to make sure to offer that to this group. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing and open up questions and comments and have some conversation here, Jim.
Awesome. That was great, Travis. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'd like to open it up for questions and, you know, anything on Tribevest for Travis, and then we can have a little bit of a conversation as well. So anybody have questions, just go ahead and unmute. Chad, I think you're up.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, thanks for joining us tonight and sharing all this great information and the $100 perk. I was actually texting people while sending out an email while you were talking about another tribe that I want to get started. So we'll take advantage of that $100 while we're at it. But thank you for that.
Good to see you.
So I'm president on one tribe today. We started about a year ago, really. So I've seen a lot come along on the portal, and the portal's doing great. So some feedback for you that thank you for all the work you're putting into it. It's really humming now, I think. I think you've got it set up really nice, very easy to use, very convenient. It seems to be well liked by everybody in my tribe, that they get the ease of use and how real time it kind of interacts with them and everything. So it's going really well. So some survey for you while we're here.
Awesome.
I did have a question for you that came up on our forum that actually stands on the call, and he had asked this as well. In my instance with the first tribe that I'm in, I set it up in my name, my EIN, but my plan is to gift the funds out of that to my children and split that between them. Have you come across any history of people wanting to take their tribe investment and move it to somebody else? Just curious. I'm going to talk to my accountant about it too to find out how we can do this, but I was curious if you've had any history or seen anything along those lines with all the many tribes that you guys are involved with.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. And, you know, again, we're not accountants, we're not CPAs, we're not attorneys. But I think the real beauty of what we're doing is just how simple it is. I mean, we're doing a lot of work. And one of the things I love about this group is there's really this appreciation for the things we have streamlined, where, you know, maybe less savvy, you know, newer investors don't have full appreciation for all the things that we're doing in terms of, you know, filing that LLC, opening up that business bank account, making it easy to do capital calls and contributions and tracking all those things. You know, I think, you know, what to answer your question is, but really when you boil it, it's super simple. And again, that's a little bit of the beauty of it, in that it's an LLC, it's a multi-membered LLC, and really it's a partnership. And therefore it's a pass-through taxation entity. And, you know, depending on your ownership of that entity, you're going to be, you know, when you do your distribution, you know, it comes over as income, pass-through income, or, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, specifically to that application, I don't think it would be super complicated. You know, I don't think there's any real magic or trick that you would need to do, but you would want to talk to your accountant to make sure you were setting it up right and doing everything right. But there's not a lot of complexity to it.
Yeah, I was just curious. So I won't rely on your expertise in the area, but was just curious if you'd had any experience with others doing something similar.
Yeah, the other thing that we are seeing a lot more of, and we're working on a partnership with companies like Alto, IRA, and you know, Rocket Dollar, which are these direct IRA companies. And there's some things that we should probably talk about there, but you know, how to bring in those self-directed IRAs into a tribe is another thing that we're seeing a lot of, which just your question kind of reminded me of that.
That's fair. Yep. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Stan, I don't know if you had any other spin-off from that, knowing that you were asking kind of this question originally on the forums.
I think that pretty much covers it. We probably have to talk to our CPA in whatever jurisdiction we're in to figure out how to do it. I will ask you about the digital wallet that you mentioned for, let's say you set up a fund that, or a tribe for Bitcoin mining, and the distributions were in Bitcoin instead of dollars. Is that what you are envisioning, having some sort of a digital wallet that would be jointly held by the tribe? Is that how that would work, or?
Yeah, so it's definitely future state. So we're rolling out our iOS and Android apps, which are on the priority roadmaps. Probably the next one to that, it will be a brokerage account that tribes will be able to open within the core in addition to their FDIC insured business bank account. But, and then after that, probably mid-year to third quarter, we're talking to partners about, being able to open up a crypto account or wallet. And I don't know the details of that, but probably more in terms of buying and selling, different coins, and less about, being able to use that currency. There's cool technology out there, but I think initially it would just be being able to give our tribes the ability to make trades as an entity. But and then the whole different thing is if you're investing in an operation or whatever that is, we do have a lot of groups that are coming together to invest in IPOs or, different ventures, if you will. But that's not about the currency. That's more about a business venture that they're investing in. But good question. Did that help? It's future state, probably third quarter, and it's going to be relatively simple, really.
Travis, has anybody used the platform just as a single investor because they like how it's streamlined multiple tasks?
Yeah, good question, Jimmy. Yeah, the fact is there's no one out there in the market that can open up a bank account and file an LLC, open up a business bank account in hours. And that's with, again, a multi-membered ownership that we're doing that with. But there's no one even doing out there for solo LLCs. So yeah, we are getting a lot of requests. Ironically, we haven't kind of built a onboarding flow for that. So it's a little bit of a one-off to do that, but we will do it and do that. And then, the other application that's real for us is a lot of people want to file their solo LLC and then join a tribe as a solo LLC. So they want to be a member and being represented by an LLC. And that's another thing that we haven't streamlined yet, but we can accommodate, and it is on the roadmap as well.
So is there anything about the platform as it is that's incompatible with that? Or is it just, like you said, the onboarding flow is not geared towards it?
Yeah, we just don't kind of offer that product, if you will. But no, nothing's stopping you from doing that. And again, a call, accessing our chat or, emailing us or whatever is probably the best way to make sure that we're setting you up the right way. And you can also join with an LLC. So if you already have an LLC, you can join, and that could be how you maybe join your different tribes as well.
Other questions?
Yeah, Travis, I have a question around liability. So if I'm a founder or I'm helping lead the tribe, do I have any personal liability or something, things I need to consider in that role?
Yeah, Eric, great question. So again, a little bit of the magic and beauty of Tribevest is just how simple it is. And, a lot of people come to us, pardon me. And they're professional syndicators or they're professional investors looking to create a fund or a syndicate or a special purpose vehicle. And they're hoping that we're kind of the poor man's version of that. And we're not, because it's just much different than what we're doing. All those, if you're building a fund and looking for passive investors to participate in your tribe, then it's a whole different ball game. And with that comes a whole set of responsibilities and requirements and filing with the SEC and all those different things. We are not that. So as a founder of a tribe or an admin of a tribe, if you're just a member managed and you're just the facilitator and everybody's kind of all equal, all in, there's very little, very little that you need to do, and responsibility and obligation, all those things. Now you can do a manager managed, and that's when you take a little bit more of the responsibility. You've all agreed that that manager is going to be making certain decisions, and those are kind of detailed. And in that case, I would talk to, an attorney, or just make sure that, everything's on the up there. But for the most part, you think about it, you're forming a multi-membered LLC partnership where everybody involved is an active owner, right? Active owner. They're not passive investors. They're active owners. And that just makes it really easy and simple, and keeps us away from different regulations and security laws that we don't have to worry about.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have my mic way over there, so it probably sounded like I was in talking through a beer can or something. Sorry. That's fine. Okay, that answered my question. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Travis, you mentioned the bookkeeping service just briefly on kind of your roadmap. So what are current tribes doing that actually requires some bookkeeping? Is any of that taking place on the platform, or is it linking to QuickBooks, or so how does that work?
Yeah, so on our core, we do give you basic bookkeeping capability. So all your transactions coming in and out of your Tribevest bank account are tracked and in a business ledger. We also track all ownership, right? So any capital contributions going in help you keep record of your cap table or ownership table. And then we make it real easy to export all those transactions. So if you did need more bookkeeping, or you wanted to get that to your accountant or CPA or tax professional, we make that really easy as well. So that's just the basic core functionality that you have on the platform. And then we do have others that are using QuickBooks, and we don't have a direct integration there, but through the download and everything else, they can use QuickBooks or some other bookkeeping software. And that's mainly for more of our active investment tribes. So those that are managing properties, flipping, doing rentals, those types of things, you might need a little bit more bookkeeping power. And that's something we look to continue to enhance and evolve as well.
Other questions? Before we close up here, which we're not quite there yet, I do want to point out, Steve, if you could show off your new fancy shirt. This is coming to a website near you. At some point, you will see that he is wearing a Left Field Investors shirt. We're going to have some merch come 2022. You'll be able to order those on the website, and coffee mugs and all kinds of other stuff. So, and I think we earn what, 3 or 4 cents per shirt. So we're going to mark them up and make pennies off of you guys if people are interested.
Money-making endeavor there.
Yeah, exactly.
It all goes to our professional model there, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. I didn't notice it until Chad sent me a text, but it's looking good, Steve. Any other questions for Travis?
Hey, Travis, this is just not an investor question, but this is such a, who on your team, or is this you? I mean, this is a high-tech thing that you put together to integrate all of this. I mean, not just anybody can do this. I mean, how did this all come together?
Yeah, thanks for asking. The very origins were, my brothers and I were having success. People wanted to know how and why. And they said, wait a minute, I have a group too. Can you help us form an investor group? And really, we had to think about, what would we do differently if we were to build a platform? And the answer was everything. I mean, we made every wrong decision and, didn't do all the things we should have done along the way and kind of learned the hard way. And that's when we did set out to build this, the platform we wished we had. But to answer your question, I do come with a lot of fintech background. So the company I worked for was Jack Henry and Associates. Again, 3,000 to 4,000 banks kind of run on their core software. I headed up the strategic alliances in their enterprise payments division. So when it did come time to launching Tribevest, I was in a really nice position to navigate and piece together the different partners, financial and technology. And then I did share that little story about one of our clients was Acorns and how they were doing ACH contributions to help investors that weren't really investors to become investors, to be able to take money out of their personal bank account and put it into a brokerage account. So just had a lot of experience there, but I can't take credit. Really, people's way smarter than me. Zach Bowers is our co-founder and CTO, and he really is the visionary and the engineer behind what we're building. But it is very unique, Chris. Thanks for recognizing that. And there's nothing out there in the market yet. We know that competition is coming up fast, but right now we're really leading the way in this area.
Yeah, so you guys had some in-house talent that helped you kind of, like you say, navigate this. That's cool. Thanks.
100%. Yep.
Travis, real quick, are you somebody that is accessible to help tribes on like just a setting things up and just consultative basis, if you will? Or are you a little too busy for that?
No, I'm never too busy for left field investors. I mean it, guys. This is a really important partnership for us. Jim had mentioned, we've made a little bit of an investment in helping launch left field investors and continue to support them. And there's other than just liking Jim and Chad and everybody, it's much more than that. They are local here, so that matters in terms of proximity. But the feedback we get from our left field investors are the most valuable because really it represents our ideal customer. So to answer your question, no, I'm very accessible. And in fact, I wanted to kind of include that in the deal. Anybody that's considering putting together an investor group, wants to bring an investor group on a Zoom to talk about it, strategize about it, I'm available for that. And Jim will tell you probably the even better person to do that is Josh Wilson, my other co-founder, and he's available as well. So our team is there to help qualify, help think through if tribe investing is a good idea for your tribe. And then we will offer white glove service to onboarding any left field investors. So you would be assigned a onboarding specialist. We would have someone dedicated to answering any of the members' questions as they were onboarding. But yeah, full service for left field investors for sure.
And it is so easy. I mean, like I said, I'm in 6 tribes and I'm doing the first one where I'm onboarding with the new platform. And Travis and Josh definitely are available and will help you. I just am not sure you'll need it because the user friendliness of that website is really great. I mean, it's so much better than it used to be. But not only that, when we have to fund something, it's 30 seconds. I have one tribe where we're doing all the Western wealth deals, and there's 5 of us. And Ryan sends out a note saying, hey, I need you to fund this tomorrow. And it takes 2 seconds, whether I'm on my phone or on the computer. So yeah, they're there to help, and they certainly will. but I don't know that you're going to need it. And another person you can talk to also is Chad, because he's leading the tribe, and there's a bunch of people in Left Field Investors that can help. And I'm not saying don't contact Travis or Josh, because they are certainly the experts, but there's also some expertise in our community as well.
I'm putting in my email address right now. I think you guys already have it, but mean it. Don't, any questions? Would love to schedule some time with you, chat, text, email. Very sincerely mean it. Want to be available to everybody.
Yeah. And also, if you're starting a tribe, take him up on that Zoom thing. We did that with, I think, 3 of our tribes. We had because everyone's, you guys are on this call, but for the other people in your group, what is this Tribevest thing? How is this going to work? The website, when you get on there, it might look intimidating until you figure it out. So, Travis or Josh will jump on a call. They have for us, and they will for you. They'll get on a call just like this and spend a half hour, just getting people a little bit more comfortable with it, because it's very new. So it helps to have somebody, get you through it. So please use the resources for sure.
Yeah, I've been able to tap them for some Saturday meetings even too. They've been very flexible. So you guys have been great to work with to get everything up and running. But I agree, the new portal, it seems like it's much more intuitive. It's making the job a lot easier. So
yeah,
we might not need them as much.
Yeah, you guys have been with us since the beginning, when the user experience was not all that great, and it still has a long way to go. But as you guys know, we're venture backed and growing fast and building like crazy. So more exciting things to come. Again, apps coming probably in the next 90, 120 days, which is really exciting too.
Awesome. Any more questions for Travis or comments? Okay, normally we do networking, but I have a hard stop at 8:15 for a new tribe meeting. There's another Left Field Investor tribe that's starting up, and Eric is the leader / organizer / volunteer. And one thing I will say, if you are going to be part of a new tribe, the main thing you need is not someone who has any expertise in Tribevest or expertise in investing. You need someone who is going to be an organizer leader. And Eric, you've done a great job, because I'm in one tribe that we were searching for a leader. We're still searching, and we've done some investments, and it's a challenge. But this, Eric, you're doing a great job getting it going, and you need someone like Eric, or your tribe is gonna struggle. So make sure that you have leader / organizer is my recommendation.
And I'll admit, Jim got me to be president of the one that we're in together. It's really not as much work as it sounds like either. I mean, the Tribevest site has made it very easy to do this. There's set up and just trying to get the right questions out to vote on, but it really is not a lot of work. So signing up to run one of these, Eric, you'll be fine, I'm sure. It's not as heavy lifting as it would be if we didn't have Tribevest and you were trying to chase everything down.
I think that's the unknown for me, is just not having done a tribe, not knowing what I'm signing up for. If it's just leadership, that's something I can do. But some of the I need to get into Tribevest. Once we do the first tribe, I think I'll be any anxiety, which I have very little, will go away.
Well, the story, I think most of you have heard this before, but the story I tell of Tribevest from what it is then and what it is now is the first tribe I was in, a couple of neighbors and me, and they didn't have the bank set up, and so we had to, everyone had to contribute $12,000, and so my neighbor wrote a check, handed it to his 8-year-old son, and had him run it down to my house, and I wasn't home. My wife answers the door. There's a kid standing there with a check made out to me for $12,000. And my wife is wondering, am I the local drug dealer, or what the hell am I doing? So, it's a click of a button now, right? You don't have to chase people down. You don't have to send your kid down to your neighbor's house. So, it's just, the platform has improved immensely. And as Travis said, it's just the first step. So yeah, I highly recommend it. At least looking into it, or, we always have, for those of you that are on the call or listening, I keep a list of people who are interested in Tribevest for joining another Left Field Investors affiliated tribe. I'm done joining them, but I agree to mentor them and get on calls like I'm going to do with Eric's tribe right after this. So if you're interested, send me a note, and the next time we get, kind of enough people to start a new one, you'll be part of it if that's of interest to anybody. So if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to say thank you very much, Travis. We appreciate you coming on. We definitely appreciate your partnership and all that you've done for Left Field Investors, and we look forward to continuing that as we move forward.
Agreed. Jim, thanks for having me, and don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Appreciate you guys having me be here. Thank you.
All right.
Travis.
Thanks,
Travis.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.